Okay, so Dottie calls me. She calls me the other day and she says, I got something really important I want you to help me work on. And I was like, oh boy, okay, what's that? And she goes, well, do you know who Andrew Breitbart is? And I said, well, he makes videos or something. She goes, yeah, he's the guy who made the Pimp and the Hoe video. They got Acorn, made them lose their money, and he made the one with NPR and, to try to make them lose their funding and all that. And I said, well, yeah, you can't change them around or something. She goes, well, that doesn't matter. These are bad people and they're doing bad things. And, we need to cut their funding, make sure they don't, get funding or anything. And I was like, well, okay, that makes some sense, I guess. And also she says, I want you to work on a video for Planned Parenthood. And I says, Planned Parenthood? And I was like, well, what's that all about? And she goes, well, she says, John Kyle, that Republican guy from Texas, he said that, 90% of the stuff Planned Parenthood does is abortions. And I said, well, I don't think that was true. I think it was 3%. She says, it don't matter. The thing is they do abortions and we need to stop them from getting funding. And I said, well, okay, I guess that's okay. So she said, get to work on it and see what you can come up with. And, we want you to try to go undercover. So I was like, okay. So I went ahead and I went undercover, and this is the video I came up with, and I showed it to her, so I'll let you see what I came up with.
Hello, please come in and have a seat and tell us how we can help you.
Well, my name's Luella with an apostrophe, and I'm 14 years old and I'm pregnant. The father is my boyfriend Ernie, and he's 55 years old, and I need an abortion so he don't go to jail.
My God, that's horrible. That's just terrible. I have to call the police. I must report this. There's just absolutely no way we can do that. You're a young girl. He's an old man. That's terrible. That's child abuse. We must report you. Get back here, please. Someone call 911. Stop.
Okay, so that was what I came up with, and obviously it did not turn out well. The people, I almost got arrested. I barely got out of there. So I showed it to Dottie, and she's like, well, that won't do. That isn't going to help us. And I said, well, I'm sorry. So she says, well, get to work, get to work on it and edit it, And I said, well, what do you want me to do? And she says, well, just, voice over some stuff and take your video and kind of chop it up and move it around and see, what you can come up with, because we got to get them to lose their funding. That's what's important. And I said, well, okay, it's like it kind of seems dishonest, but, I guess it's for a good cause. So I got to work on it, and this is what I eventually came up with.
Oh, my. Isn't that nice? Okay.
Yes, what do you want?
Well, my name's Llewellyn with an apostrophe, and I'm pregnant, and I need an abortion because the father, Ernie, he's 55 years old, and if I have the baby, people will figure out that he's the father, and he'll get thrown in prison.
Well, sure, no problem at all. We at Planned Parenthood love giving abortions. You just come right in tomorrow morning and we'll set you right up.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, so that's what I came up with. I think it turned out pretty good myself. Dottie, she's all excited, and she said, Planned Parenthood won't have any money anymore. And I was like, okay, that's good, so we're gonna take the video, and we're gonna send it off there to Fox News, and Gretchen Carlson, she'll probably be running it first thing in the morning, and everyone around the country will be talking about, that horrible stuff that Planned Parenthood's up to, and hopefully, the Republicans and the Tea Party people in the House and the Senate will get to work and start some legislation to put them out of business. So, their job well done.